Hi, this is Mavelin Japulit, BSIT, and welcome to my video. It's about requirements modeling. Requirements modeling, which involves fact-finding to describe the current system and identification of the requirements for the new system, such as outputs, inputs, processes, performance, and security. So outputs refer to an electronic or printed information produced by the system. So mga na ang result sa system. Inputs refers to necessary data that enters the system, either manual or automated manner. And process refers to the logical rules that are applied to transfer the data into meaningful information. Performance refers to system characters such as speed, volume, capacity, availability, and reliability. Security refers to hardware, software, and procedural controls that safeguard and protect the system and its data from internal to external threats. So there are requirements for modeling process involved. So there are three main activities: the analysis, documentation, and management. So in analysis, once the requirements have been collected, they need to analyze to see if they are complete, consistent, and clear. Any inconsistency or ambiguities should be involved at this stage. Documentation. The requirements should be documented in clear and concise way. This will ensure that every understand the requirements can refer back to them if needed. Once the requirements are being collected and documented, they need to be managed throughout the project. This includes keeping track of changes to requirements, making sure everyone is aware of these changes, and ensuring that the requirements are still being met. So the question here, why requirements modeling is important for a project. So the answer is requirements modeling is an approach used in projects where the requirements keep on evolving throughout the project. In any IT project, there are always a possibility that developers could misinterpret software requirements. Most commonly, this will be due to a lack of effective communication and briefing. This can result in discrepancies in the software that is being built. To mitigate any potential risk, employees and teams should create more detailed visualization processes. This will help ensure that the project's exact requirements are documented clearly. By doing so, you can create a strong foundation for the project's overall needs and specification, thus affording you a higher level of understanding. So, requirements modeling techniques. There are many different tools that can be used for requirements modeling depending on needs of the project. Some of the most popular requirements modeling tools include requirements traceability matrix, use cases, and user stories. Process flow diagrams, activity diagram, state diagram, sequence diagram. So sa process flow diagrams, a process flow diagram shows how tasks are performed in process. Process flow diagrams can be used to capture both functional and non-functional requirements. This approach, so sa activity diagram, this approach is used to address the whole business process or system process, which may be appropriate for all sorts of users depending on requirements being functional and the type of being fundamentals. This approach can only define the scope of a system or procedure, but it can help with detailed impact analysis. State diagram is a more State diagram is a more detailed approach than a flowchart. Only the various states of the project that passes through a process flow are depicted in a state diagram when it comes to system or procedures elements or process itself. This element according to this viewpoint, cannot be used directly in impact analysis calculations. Sa sequence diagram, this is more relevant for technical users, especially when many processes are underway. It visualizes how processes or objects interact during a scenario and depicts this in a graphical way. This approach adds additional value to technical users since it can help them to get down to specific technological specifications. So during the development phase, this technique is the most popular method for requirements reference owing its usefulness. So below the different strategies of requirements modeling. So the flow-oriented modeling. So the data objectives are transformed by the function as it is present. So the flow-oriented elements are data flow model, control specification, and process specification. So the second is class-based modeling. So under class-based modeling is classes, attributes, and operations. So sa kuan ni sa database ni sadya to figure out which classes to undertake, underlines noun or noun clauses in text and enter it into the table. So mo ni sadya sa MySQL, like for example, so maghimo og sa data ni sadya sa table. So dire napoy attributes. Attributes are data objects. So maning ang mga objects that define a class within a context of the problem. So ang example sa employee and consisting of the name, ID, department, sold. So as we kanang na experience nato sa kuan ni sa MySQL pag naghimo ta og table. So pag nagkuan ta og data. So operations describe the action of a thing. So sa unified modeling language, people have been using models for as long as a system modeling has existed. Models include physical mock-up, such as hull of a ship's body. Prototypes and mock-up are example of physical models. So the invention of unified modeling language proved to be a game changer. So UML is a graphical general purpose modeling language that covers both structural and behavioral elements of a system. So that's all for the requirements modeling. So that's the topic that I choose in this chapter number 4. And thank you for watching.